The unfortunate development yesterday is at Sriharikota when ISRO attempted a launch of the PSLV-C62. It failed, and that setback has brought gloom clouds among Indian space enthusiasts. But what exactly happened? What led to that mission failure, which hasn't been deemed officially a failure, by the way, by ISRO? I'll break it down for you. What happened? Because we saw a successful launch, but it's in the third stage that things went wrong. The third stage boosts the rocket speed from 14,000 to 26 to 28,000 kilometers per hour, which essentially keeps it flying horizontally. So essentially, if this is the Earth's surface, it'll be flying like this. Now, to avoid it to falling back on Earth, it has to go horizontal. And so it also positions it for the final stage. There's no margin for error here. It has to follow the specified trajectory, and a failure here can doom the entire mission, no matter how successful the earlier stages were, which is what happened in this particular case. First stage successful, second stage successful, a problem in the third. But what's happening? Why is it failing? The combustion instability can cause a sudden drop in chamber pressure because this is a solid motor. It can be throttled, it can be restarted. ISRO scientists have said that the suspected reasons, they don't know exactly what it is, but they suspect it could be a micro defect or even manufacturing inconsistencies. They're yet to figure it out. Usually there's a committee that's set up that looks into what happened. But in this case, there's a chain reaction of sorts. The moment the pressure drops, it leads to roll disturbances. And so it doesn't follow the planned trajectory. It moves off course, and so loss of payloads. In this case, almost 16 satellites. This isn't, unfortunately, the first time it's happened, which is why there's so much of concern. The same thing happened last year when there was again a PSLV failure launch. This was the C61 in 2025, which failed to reach orbital velocity due to a pressure drop in the third stage. PSLV C62 yesterday again showed a similar pattern. Third stage, possibly you also see a trajectory deviation, and that led to an uncontrolled spin. The common factor between these two failures show the inability to deliver consistent thrust due to pressure anomalies. This isn't new. In 1993, PSLV D1 failed at stage 2-3 separation. In 2017, PSLV C39 failing during payload fairing. The third stage has essentially emerged repeatedly as the weak link in the PSLV family. And now, unfortunately, to add to the track record, you have C61, C62, which have proved again that decades of experience cannot completely eliminate risk at the critical stage. ISRO at this point hasn't issued any statements on exactly what's gone wrong. They're still looking into it. But important to highlight here, I was talking about 16 satellites. One of them, a Spanish startup or orbital paradigm, revealed that its satellite has survived what's happened, the trajectory deviation, and that it's very much functioning. Does this mean ISRO has had a string of failures? 100% no. PSLV is still Mr. Reliable for ISRO, but the fact that there have been two back-to-back such incidents is what has raised questions and led to some discourse on whether we need to look at what's gone wrong. I'll bring in Shibu Tripathi, Senior Assistant Editor of Science, who tracks the space sector very, very closely for us. Shibu, what surprised me through the course of all that's happened, and that in the last 24 hours, is that there doesn't seem to be any concrete reasons given by ISRO, or for that matter, a status report of what happened.
Akshita, definitely this is one of the most concerning events that has happened in the last 24 to 48 hours. This was the second loss of a PSLV class of rocket for India, along with multiple satellites. Now, this mission, the PSLV C62, was highly important for India. India was launching a DRDO satellite, which was required for maritime surveillance. It was being used for defense services, for disaster relief and rehabilitation work. Apart from that, 15 other co-passenger satellites were on it. The PSLV C61, which was launched in May 2025, suffered a similar fate. We saw that there was issue with the third stage of the rocket. This is a 4-stage rocket, the PSLV. It has been a workhorse in the past. It still continues to be a workhorse in the future. And going forward, it looks interesting because ISRO now will have to find out what really went wrong with the rocket. Surprisingly, there has been no development so far from ISRO. At the moment, they have not told us the exact reasons of what happened. The only information we got during the live stream was from the ISRO chief, Dr. V. Narayanan. that there were disturbances in the roll due to drop in pressure, which eventually led to the complete loss of mission.
Okay.
At the moment, the latest information that we have is one of the satellites, as you mentioned, survived that fiery re-entry.
Correct.
Orbital paradigms, KID. Now, interestingly, this was a capsule that was designed to test re-entry. So,
Okay.
had the entire fourth stage come down, it would have come down with it intact. The
Okay.
latest information also points that the orbital, the debris might have fallen into the southern Indian Ocean, Akshita.
All right. Thanks, Shibu, for getting us those updates. We're waiting for a statement from ISRO, and let's hope they go back to their record streaks of non-stop successful launches very, very soon. Thanks, Shibu, for those updates.